So I know it is pretty bad right now, but there is a potential opportunity here. I am bullish on a lot of things when I explain why in this video, why timing is hugely important, why the dominance chart is hugely important. The financial markets are a mess. That leads to opportunity. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over a lot of things, and I'm going to explain how psychologically you should be in a much better position than what you were a couple of months ago. Let's start. So I know I have talked about this before on my channel, you can see that. And I know that I said in my last video, stop buying. And realistically, I'm not telling you to buy in this video, I just want to make that clear. But I want to show you the future potential that you could have, and market timing is going to be hugely important here. We need to talk about a lot of things, right? The market has literally crumbled over the weekend. Was expecting a little bit of volatility due to the CPI kind of, data, but wasn't expecting us to fall down to 23k levels on BTC as a time of recording, and Ethereum prices to go below all-time high. Pretty savage, but there's excitement here in my opinion. I know, it's mad, but recession fears, top of the news right now. Futures on the top left there are currently at a record levels of ugliness on a Monday morning, right? It is literally still Monday morning as I record this. Be careful, right? But also remember your risk management. You need to start looking and really looking at good solid assets that you are feeling confident in a plan for you to buy as low as you can. Whether you are even looking at the stock market, at certain index funds, there is a lot of wealth to be created here, and the opportunity could well change your life in the future when we start looking at a few things. So we're going to go over the market, and I'm going to explain a few things first. Now, BTC. This is a chart that I often refer back to. It is my public chart essentially, and this is the levels that I've had on my chart for a while. You all know that I've pinpointed that level for a very long time now. This is the weekly chart. I started looking at this from a long time ago, about March time. I was one of the first people to talk about how we could go as low as we could, and we are. And a lot of people were saying we're never going to go in a bear market, we're never going to see Ethereum below its previous all-time high. But already we are kind of pretty much there. It's looking pretty ugly. And I am trying to help as many people as I can. If you are wanting to learn, this is the best time to learn. When there's no pressure on you to kind of make money, it's pressure on you to get the information in your head. You've got time to do that. So check out the links below for the courses. And also if you want to get on Patreon and understand what I do in the market on a daily basis, I show you. I literally do a journal of what I do. It's been pretty good so far. Anyways, I need to talk about a few things. Now let's go to the line chart. Hugely important we look at the line chart here. Now, zooming out on this and looking at the weekly time frame, I feel we are going to be pinpointing this level. We are going to probably be trading up and around this region soon, in my opinion. I think that is going to be very much happening. Not too far away. Yes, we are going to bounce at some point. We have to bounce. And it's mad to think that we haven't had any relief yet. But when we look at the facts of what Luna collapsing, Celsius right now with the withdrawal kind of issues, huge catalyst things that are making people scared, fear, greed, all that kind of stuff goes into market sentiment. I think a lot of people have been found out the last few weeks, in terms of the nature of the content that they've been doing, and ultimately getting people a little bit destroyed. Looking at the monthly time frame as well, we have a closure here, 13k, right? So for me, if we're going to be very simple in our analysis, we're going to look at that level and ultimately that level there, in my opinion, right? Looking at BTC, that is where the collision path is going. If we're going to look on like the 3-day time frame, we've got this little kink here, not too far away, which is probably going to give us a little bit of relief, but we'll see. 23,000 is probably the potential local bottom here, potential local bottom. We are going to zip back up at some point. It's just a matter of when and if and how far we go. So we've got to look at that situation. Going on to the daily time frame, looking at the obvious here. Let's put some moving averages on here. Let's go back to the candles. We have got a few situations. So as you know by my teaching, we do not like to zip too far away from a EMA, especially in EMA 21. EMA 21s for me is a brilliant indicator. I use it on and off. I use it a lot on other things. I want to talk about timing in a minute when we look at certain things. Now, when we're looking at this, I feel when the bottom is in, we are going to zip back up a little bit and retest some levels. We may well revisit the likes of 28k potentially, but we have no local bottom yet. We cannot just go, well, it's going to happen, because we don't know. So we've got to look at where these EMAs are. This does not look bullish at all. Nothing on this looks bullish. As much as I want to be objective, and I'm going to talk about objective analysis at the end of this video, so stick around, we need to kind of look at the fact of where the things are going. We're creating new lows here. We're below the moving averages. We're looking like a dog's dinner. We are literally on the structure path for a 23k, or maybe we have bottomed, potentially. We'll see, but we're close enough. Very, very close. Now, let's talk very, very clearly about timing. Timing is hugely important. I'm going to show you this metric, and I've explained this so many times on my channel now. Dominance is king. Always is, always will be, right? If I zoom out here, if I remove some of the noise so you can kind of see some more stuff, right? You know, when we're looking at the metrics at the top here, right? This is a dominance chart of USD. Basically, I've inverted the chart. It looks a bit random. If you are doing this on the normal charts, it will look like this. As always, the king rule, up is bad, down is good, right? So basically, higher the dominance, the more, you know, money's getting moved out of the market into stable currencies, into USD. Same with the BTC dominance, same with Ethereum dominance, up is bad, right? Because you're going to be getting slaughtered. Now, what I've done here is, all I've done is I've inverted it so it goes with the market. Basically, if you go into the higher time frames, like the 3-day time frame or whatever, even daily to be fair, and we are trending below, that is not a good sign for the market. This is all about market timing. Being in on the right side of the fence every single time. So when we're looking at buying low, selling high, there's always going to be a situation where we're buying the knives, essentially, the fall and the catch knives, but we will retrace back up. We will catch up with that. We will always bounce because people will buy the dip. People will then take profit again, and it will continue the cycle until we're in a solid uptrend, of course. But realistically, there's nothing wrong with buying these dips. It's all about how much you buy, when you buy, and why are you buying them. But there's always a problem if you are buying when things are overextended, when things are looking a bit ropey. You do not want to buy the dip here. You want to look at this and think, hold on a minute, the USD market and the stable currency market is going up. Why is that? Probably because there's a problem. Dominance has changed. Okay, what does that mean? Sentiment's changing. Then all of a sudden it snowballs. That is the main reason why I've been bearish for the last 6 months. Literally is one of the main reasons why I've been bearish. Apart from one little time where we had a little bit of relief in this hot period here, where we had a bit of an uptrend, we were able to catch a bit of the longs, but realistically, objective analysis is saying what you see, and that is ultimately what I do. So I'm giving you a little bit of background here on how I do it. There is a lot of videos on my channel about how to set this up. I'm not going to do it in this video. I'm repeating stuff, but you need to understand market flow. You can do the exact same with BTC dominance. Up is bad, right? The combination that the total market cap is going down and this is going up is cataclysmically wrong for the altcoin market. This is why you are getting wrecked. But let's talk about some excitement in a minute. This combination should give you excitement, which is what this thumbnail is all about. You should be excited about what is happening. The opportunity for you to make everlasting wealth, if done correctly, because you are buying as far away as all-time highs as freaking humanly possible. The further away you are from all-time highs, the better life is. It literally, the better life is. You need to get those low Ethereum orders, those low Solana orders, those low Polkadot, whatever it is, right? As long as you're doing your research, it's absolutely fine, okay? Make sure you understand that. So let's look at Ethereum. It's looking pretty dumpy, right? I've publicly said, not financial advice, I will be looking to buy underneath $500. Whether it gets there or not, don't care, right? I've got other plans for other things. If Ethereum even gets close to that level, everything around it will be like mush anyways, and you'll probably get a lot more gains. But realistically, risk to reward, I want to get a 10x, right? Simple as that. I want that to that level, basically from here to up there. I want literally a 10x, give or take, if I can get the metrics right, and literally like that, nearly a 10x pretty much, right? I want to get that. I'm not interested if it's not, personally, right? That's just my mentality, right? I bought Ethereum a long time ago, made a lot of money off it, so I'm happy to kind of miss it if I need to. But everything else should be of excitement to you. Looking at BNB, maybe not that exciting, but maybe if it goes down to like $40, you probably will be excited. What about the likes of Polkadot? Big, massive red band here. Where do you think I'm going to start accumulating? Now you got to think, a lot of these assets are around in the top 10, top 20, top 50. would be doing a 10, 20, 30x probably pretty easily in a bull market with a solid asset. Let's look at Rose. Started to pick up a bit of traction over the period of time. We've melted significantly, you can see that. But realistically, this never really got going, right? When you're looking at the facts here. If that even goes to all-time high there, that is a ridiculous gain on itself. And that wasn't even massively overvalued at the time, right? You've got to look at that situation. Look at Solana. Yes, it's got a broken blockchain. Yes, I've traded the living crap out of this recently, which has been good. However, that being said, this is from $24 all the way up to 260. That is mental when you think network effect. It got going, but it never really got going. It could be of massive interest in the next bull cycle. That could well go up much higher than what that level was. You just do not know. But also it could go a lot lower. What about if Solana does go to roughly around $10, which is kind of an area that I'm looking for? Could be an absolute winner. Excitement. You should be bullish about future prices because for me, personally, I'm bullish on the entire network effect of crypto. I think cryptocurrency is going to get better with age. Regulations will probably help. It may well hinder for the start period, but realistically, it will help with the financial climate. It will. So let's talk about objective analysis, right? Now, mentioned it before. I am interested in the market for a number of reasons, right? I like how it's a good alternative. I like the speed, the efficiency, the security side of it with personal security, that is. However, the one thing that often we see is people are too bullish, people are too bearish. Now, often I say I am pretty bearish, but realistically, I've explained it. My timing metrics of the dominance. I will be bullish at a certain point, I'll be bearish at a certain point. I will play long and short. The idea is not to get that bearish for you to miss your opportunities because you're waiting for the absolute bottom. That is a big problem. Also, not to be too bullish because you'll then miss your profit targets and you won't take profit because you'll be always asking for more. So if you are looking to do a little bit of revision and homework on yourself, be as objective and realistic as possible. Have a metric that can flip on and off because it's not, it's not managed by emotion. It's managed by what the chart will tell you. Emotion is where the biggest problem lies. Money, charting analysis, moving averages, oscillator data, whatever, do not have emotion. They show emotion, but they don't have emotion. So you need to remember that. So being objective helps, right? So if it's as simple as a moving average, if it's as simple as a Bollinger Band, if it's as simple as something like the dominance chart, it will majorly help you. So there you go. Video here might help you a lot in terms of some tips on how to become a crypto millionaire potentially. But other than that, enjoy.